Nani? What it do, ski? It's your boy Farewell34, and today I'm here with my reaction video to Doctor Who. This one is City of Death, not just part 2, not just part 3. We doing part 4 as well, y'all, in a little combined Who movie. I should have probably split it up into part 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4, but for some reason I only got around to doing part 1, so we're going to be doing all of them together right now. Quick thoughts on the City of Death for those who saw the reaction video on Patreon, the full unedited thing. And in case you're interested in watching that, the full unedited raw thing, plus getting early access to videos in the future, then definitely check out patreon.com/Phil34 in the description down below to join. But that aside, looking back on it in some of your comments, it probably wasn't fair just to comment on the entire thing, just looking at that one small, quarter. Apparently it picks up, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen. But from what I saw, I thought it was a cool introduction to, it was the first cool look, for me at least, at the 4th Doctor, long scarf and all. And actually, one of the more interesting things to me was actually the companion. I thought she was pretty dope, and she's actually, what I just figured out was a time lady, which is that's what I guess what you just called the women from Gallifrey, so that's pretty cool. And with that being said, let's just dive right into the rest of this and see where it's going to go, because the gentleman running the corporation turned out to be the alien from the beginning, so we're going to see what shenanigans are going to ensue! With all that being said, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that fro is so majestic, though. I'm not even gonna front. And also, this is a better version. The last one apparently was sped up and reversed. My bad.
Carlos? Carlos?
I got my eye on you. Reminded me of the Ood reveal.
Excuse me, my lady. The people you wish to speak to are here.
I say, what a wonderful butler. He's so violent. Hello. I'd call the doctor. That's Romana. That's Duggan. You must be the Countess Scaglione.
For being very pleasant with me.
Well, I'm a very pleasant fellow.
But I didn't invite you here for social reasons.
Yes, I could see that the moment you didn't ask me to have a drink. Well, I will have a drink. How you come to mention it. Yes, do come in, everybody. Romana, sit down over there.
The only reason you were brought here was to explain exactly why you stole my bracelet.
Ah, well, it's my job. You see, I'm a thief. Romana, she's my accomplice. And this is Duggan. He's a detective who's been kind enough to catch me. That's his job. You see, our two lines of work dovetail beautifully. Well, you're a beautiful woman, probably. And Duggan was trying to summon up the courage to ask you out to dinner, weren't you, Duggan?
Who sent you?
Who sent me what?
Doctor, the more you try to convince me that you're a fool, the more I'm likely to think otherwise. Now, it's one of those puzzle boxes, isn't it? Yes, it's a very rare and precious Chinese puzzle box. You won't be able to open it, so put it down.
She gets it first try. Boom.
Thieves enter the Louvre Gallery and come out with a bracelet. Couldn't you think of anything more interesting to steal?
Well, I just thought it was awfully pretty. A terribly unusual design.
So you stole the bracelet simply because it's pretty?
Yes. Well, I think it is, don't you?
Yeah?
My dear, I don't think he's as stupid as he seems.
My dear, nobody could be as stupid as he seems.
Maxim, what do you think, Romana?
I think a rather better idea would be if Herman were to lock you into the cellar. I should hate to lose contact with such fascinating people.
Ah, Duggan!
He was going so slow. Man, what a cartoon shot to the gut. Are you
like
stupid?
a civilized guest. I do beg your pardon, Count.
Thank you.
Now, enough to show us to our cellar. We'd be terribly grateful. Do we have a long good chat?
Maybe
Four
you
is
should be
very
rather more
playful.
careful with your trinkets, my dear. After all, we do have a Mona Lisa to steal. There's only one match.
And get it right.
You tell me to get it right. We could have escaped at least twice if you had...
Exactly. What's the point of coming all the way here just to escape immediately? Huh? What we do is, we stay here.
Yes.
Let them think they've got us safe.
Yes.
Let me escape.
Sonic
Like that.
screwdriver. So he's not just a meme man. He's got the plan. Like,
Well, it's not working.
Oh, you and your stupid ideas. What else use is it?
Scarrow.
What?
Oh, you wouldn't remember, never mind.
That's all I need. Locked in a cellar, no way out, and 2 raving lunatics for company.
good reference.
The horizontal length of the stairs is about 6 meters, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose so. Why?
Well, this room runs alongside the stairs, and it's only 2.73 meters in length.
That's fascinating.
So they're gonna go on a little Scooby-Doo adventure in the villain's lair.
There'll be a couple of guards at the top of the stairs.
Exactly, I'm about ready to thump somebody.
I want to look at the lab first.
What use is looking at
The
the
last few hours I've been thumped, threatened, abducted, and imprisoned. I found a piece of equipment which is not
So what
of
are
Earth
those
technology.
lasers
I've
or
been
those
through
pointers
2
do?
time slips. Couldn't you steal it at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? Nothing. Why not? Because the Louvre is still open. Now, while we're here, why don't you and I find out how they're going to steal it and why?
Mutation device or something like that, I'm guessing. Rapid growth.
Who are you?
Me.
Yes, who are you? What are you doing here?
Me? I'm the doctor. What you're doing is terribly interesting, but you've got it wrong.
Truly a remarkable piece of equipment. I hope
Let me
you'll
show
agree.
you.
Would be very amused. Are we ready? Yes, Excellency. Then let us begin. What are you talking about?
Well, you're tinkering with time. That's always a bad idea unless you know what you're doing.
Whole world?
Yes.
You don't say.
Well, that's a very small place when you consider the size of the universe.
Ah, but who can?
Oh, some can, and if you can't, you shouldn't tinker with time.
But you saw it work. The greatest achievement of the human race. A cellular accelerator. You saw it.
You can stretch time backwards or forwards within that bubble, but you can't break into it or out of it. It's true. You have created a different time continuum, but it's totally incompatible with ours.
I don't know what you mean.
That's a more interesting effect, don't you think? Did you know when you built that it could do something like that?
No. What did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do? I just reversed the polarity. This is very expensive equipment, isn't it?
Oh, very expensive. The countess, very generous, a true philanthropist.
A scientist's job is to ask questions. You should...
Oh. He's realized this is deeper than eggs. Oh, the man got thumped.
He's fainted.
No, I hit him. Now can we stop worrying about conjuring tricks with chickens and get out of this place?
That's your philosophy, isn't it? If it moves, hit it. If you do that one more time, Duggan, I'm going to take very, very severe measures.
Yeah, like what?
Oh, he's cheesed.
I'm going to ask you not to.
Doctor,
Yes?
I was right.
What?
Those measurements. There's another room behind the wall, bricked up.
Is this important?
Let's look.
That's my kind of humor.
In my view, a room that's been bricked up for 400 or 500 years is urgently overdue for an airing.
Come on, let's get out of here. We've got the Mona Lisa to worry about. So there is the problem. A box constructed of steel and plate glass, but merely a physical barrier to protect the painting from attack.
Alright. Watch them destroy the Mona Lisa. They have to make like a replica. Or they might use the machine to get it back somehow, maybe. I don't know.
My dear, you must be a genius.
Well, let's just say I come from a family of geniuses.
Do you know who he reminds me of, that actor? It gives me, David Morrissey reminds me of him. A little bit. He's also a Who actor. He appeared in that one Christmas special.
Why do you suppose the...
Gonna need some machinery.
I've got all the machinery I need.
Hey?
Stand back.
Oh god. This guy's the brute. Alright.
I don't know.
We've been here a long time. Get on with it.
Oh, Scoops, what do you think's in here?
It's the Mona Lisa. Must be a fake.
But what if it's the real?
I don't know what's hanging in the Louvre, but this is the genuine article.
What, there are multiple ones? Nani?
Nani? Oh, so did they get... Oh, they... Oh, okay, because you said there was multiple... No, so they're doing the chicken, the egg thing. They said there was like a different timeline or something that was being created. So are they extracting multiple authentic Mona Lisas from different timelines or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
What I don't understand is why a man who's got 6 Mona Lisas wants to go to all the trouble of stealing a 7th.
Come on, Doctor, I've just told you there are 7 people who would buy the Mona Lisa in secret, but nobody's going to buy the Mona Lisa when it's hanging in the Louvre.
Of course.
True. That's actually pretty cool.
I wouldn't make a very good criminal, would I?
No, good criminals don't get caught.
Oh, he's in a robe.
I see you found some of
He's
my
about to
pictures.
flex.
Rather good, aren't they? By the end of this evening, I shall have a 7th. I came down to find Kerensky, but he doesn't seem to be able to speak to me. Can you throw any light on that?
No.
I can.
Oh my goodness. Oh, at least he got him. Shit. Oh, damn, I actually didn't think he was going to do that.
Duggan, why is it that every time I start to talk to someone, you knock him unconscious?
Didn't expect him to go down that easy.
It's to stop his men from stealing the Mona Lisa.
Well, at least they're not stealing some Van Gogh originals. Also, it's so interesting how they managed, at least from my perspective, maybe I'm wrong, to keep up with all the history of who in the new series. And they have like what, like 50 years of history to look back on and make sure it adds up.
Sorry, lady.
I should think so, too. You look after him. I've got to go meet an Italian. Middle-aged Italian. In fact, late middle-aged Renaissance. Come on. Hello, K9. You all right?
K9?
Leonardo?
True? I didn't think we were going to be time travel in this one.
Renaissance sunshine. Leonardo?
The Ninja
Paintings
Turtle
went
pops
down
up.
very well. Everybody loved them. Last Supper. Your idea for the helicopter took a bit longer to catch on, but as I say, these things take time.
You.
Me?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I just dropped by to see Leonardo, actually. Is he about?
Nobody's allowed to see Leonardo.
Really?
He's engaged on important work for Captain Tancredi. He'll be here instantly.
Wow. Look who it is.
I think that is exactly the question I ought to be asking you,
Green Arrow.
Doctor.
Well, on to part 3.
I think that is exactly the question I ought to be asking you.
Bloody faces, time travel. Sorry, the white noise here is massive.
Every alarm in the place has been immobilized. Another alarm been immobilized.
You've got a pretty cynical attitude to life, haven't you, Duggan?
Well, when you've been around as long as I have. How old are you, anyway?
125.
What? Help! Bell!
Sounds like, let's go.
Split up, we'll meet back at the cab.
This man is so brash. Oh my god. He's just throwing fists, jumping out of windows. Holy hell, this man's nuts. So he's gonna find all the Mona Lisas, and what is he gonna say? Does him like rip off his face by accident?
Doctor, would you care to explain to me exactly how you come to be in Paris 1979? Florence 1505. How, precisely?
I don't know. I don't seem to be able to help myself there. I am just walking along, minding my own business, and pop! I'm on a different planet or even in a different time, but enough of my problems. What are you doing here?
I will tell you. The knowledge will be of little use to you, since you will shortly die.
Villain flaw number 1.
I am the last of the Jaggeroth.
Jago who?
I am also the savior of the Jaggeroth.
Tell me
Well,
about
I
it.
mean, if you're the last of them, there can't be that many about to save, can there? Jaggeroth. He's on one of my trips, sir. Yes, you all destroyed yourself in some massive war. Oh, wait, when?
400 million years, I think, is the figure you're looking for.
Is it really? How time passes.
A few of us escaped in a crippled spacecraft and made planetfall in this world in its primeval time. We tried to leave, but the ship disintegrated. I was fractured. splinters of my being are scattered in time. All identical, none complete. I am not satisfied with your explanation. How do you travel through time?
Well, as I was
What is
saying...
that box?
What box?
That box.
Oh, that box? I don't know. I've never seen that box in my life before. The original, I presume. Completed in 1503. It's now, what, 1505? And you're getting the old boy to do you another 6, yes? Which you then brick up in a cellar in Paris for Scali, only to find in 474 years' time that's a very nice piece of capital investment.
I can see that you are a dangerously clever man, Doctor.
Yeah.
I think it's time we conducted this conversation somewhat more formally. If he wags his tongue, confiscate it.
How can I talk if you
You
confiscate?
can write, can't you?
He's mad, isn't he? Must be a tough job humoring him. You don't believe all that, do you?
What?
Well, Jaggeroth spaceships.
I'm paid simply to fight.
Yes, but I mean, quite honestly, when you think about all that, Jaggeroth spaceships.
Well, when you work for the Borgias, you believe anything.
The Borgias.
Bulgers.
Yes, yes, I see your point.
As I said, I'm paid to fight.
No, that's all right, all right. Come on now.
You a robot or something?
Well, smile. You can do it. There you are. Isn't that nice?
Candid.
Isn't that nice?
Doctor on the offensive. Ooh, I don't like the sound of writing on stuff. Ow. Oh, I don't like it. Clever. And he's back.
Just about to pop off through time again, Doctor? How very discourteous, when I had gone to all the trouble of fetching the thumb screws.
Where am I?
In Paris, of course.
You pick a quarrel with my face, Kerensky. But where I do not pick a quarrel with yours, I may choose instruments somewhat sharper than words.
Who at the Jaggeroth?
So, no dream. The Jaggeroth. You serve the Jaggeroth. Now work. Chickens. You never cease to amaze me that such a giant intellect could live in such a tiny mind. I must think. I must have time to think.
He's off the shit.
Human race.
The human race. We are working for a far greater purpose, on a scale you could not conceive. For my purpose, willingly or unwillingly.
I thought we were working on saving the chickens. I don't think we've heard of them previously.
You can't make an omelette without breaking eggs.
Okay, that's like...
If you wanted an omelette, I'd expect to find a pile of broken crockery, a cooker in flames, and an unconscious chef.
Listen, I get results.
Do you? The Count's got the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, all 7 of them.
Odds there's
You
broken
know what I
glass
don't
in that drink.
understand?
I expect so.
I have been working on it.
But you will agree that the research you have done under my guidance points equally well in either direction.
Yes, yes, it does. This is monstrous beyond imagining.
But you will do it.
No, 1,000 times no. Even if I wanted to, I could not. Could not afford such things.
Excellency! Excellency! The Mona Lisa is no longer in the Louvre. The moment the
So
news
they're gonna
breaks,
sell it for the money
each of
to
our
get the
7
device
buyers
working?
will be ready. And how much money will this bring us, Herman? About $100 million, sir. Continue with your work, Professor.
The stereotypical classic villain.
His hands are cold. All this is totally unnecessary.
You make it necessary. You will not tell me the truth.
I've changed my mind. One thing I can't stand is being tortured by someone with cold hands. What is it you want to know?
Excellent. I want to know how you travel through time.
The blue machine.
Simple, I'm a Time Lord.
And the girl?
Time lady.
The truth?
Time's running out. It's only 1505. All right, all right.
I am asking the questions.
Maybe it's when he's no, I was gonna say he's unconscious,
Are
but
you
he's
still
awake right
worrying,
now.
my dear?
Can you imagine how a man might feel who has caused the pyramids to be built? the heavens to be mapped, invented the first wheel, shown the true use of fire, brought up a whole race from nothing to save his own race.
What are you talking about? No one can achieve everything.
I asked for but a single life, and the life of my people.
All right, my dear.
It started getting creepy.
I'm feeling quite well. Please leave us.
Are you sure there's nothing I can...
Go!
So there's some sort of mental connection that I guess he put away in his mind for
You all right? Continue. Wait! Righto. No, not you. Continue, Doctor. A moment!
Is it often like this?
Captain! I know, leave us.
Us?
Me, leave me!
Puny race of humans shape their paltry destiny to meet our ends. Soon we shall be. The centuries that divide me shall be undone.
Wait.
Oh my god. So now he's gonna want the TARDIS to unite all of themselves?
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't know, it's very, some top tier villain shit right there. Alright, time for some more, establishing shots of Paris. Because there was a lot of that in the first episode.
Coffee will get cold.
What? That's it. The Mona Lisa gets stolen under my nose. Odd, isn't it?
I'm going to leave a note for the doctor. I really think we should go and get it back, don't you?
Which one?
Had a chat to Leonardo. Got him to rustle up another 6. Came forward in time. There's only one flaw in that line of reasoning as far as I can see.
There is.
That equipment of Kerensky's wouldn't work effectively as a time machine.
It wouldn't.
You can have 2 adjacent time continuums running at different rates.
You can.
But without a field interface stabilizer, you can't cross from one to the other. Come on, let's get back to the chateau where at least you can thump somebody.
The doctor's worried now. Back in present day, Romana and the doctor and the officer are putting it together a little bit. And look, that guy's got a long scarf too. This is just the rest of the episode. Them running and then it says part 4.
Excuse me. You noticed 2 people trying to stop that painting from being stolen last night.
Excuse me, monsieur.
2 people. One was a pretty girl and a young man, fair hair. He was always hitting.
And that's, I'm noticing a little bit of like 10's mannerisms in 4. So I should say 4's mannerisms in 10.
Thank you. Dear doctor, gone back to the chef.
Thank you. As soon as the alarm sounded, Excellency, you could hardly call it stealth. You had only to knock on the door. I've been very anxious to renew our acquaintance. In fact, I was almost on the point of sending out a search party.
Listen,
I'm
Scully,
speaking to the young lady. Now, I understand you have some highly specialized knowledge which could be of immense service to me.
Who, me?
I'm speaking of temporal engineering.
The doctor, but he's in...
Yes, Florence, 16th century. That's where we met him.
Can anyone join in this conversation, or do you need a certificate?
If he interrupts again, Herman, kill him, sir. Perhaps you care to come downstairs and examine the equipment in more detail?
Will we ever see a gun being fired off? Or just a bunch of pointing?
Blast the whole city through an unstabilized time field.
You don't seriously believe all this time travel nonsense, do you?
Do you believe wood comes from trees?
What do you mean?
It's just a fact of life one's brought up with.
I love all like the close-in zooms, like when the doctor realizes something, or
Why
little
all this talk of
takes like that.
destruction? What are you doing with my work?
Professor, I shall show you. Deal with fools.
No! Not that switch!
Uh-oh. Oof. Oof. That one really shook me to the bone. Part 4!